Welcome back to Coin Knowledge. Today we're going to be taking a look at Playable Games, one of our favorite projects on the channel that we talk about quite often. If you guys are a fan of crypto gaming, subscribe to the channel and like the video. Your support means everything. So Playable Games, again, we're going to be taking a little bit of a quick refresher here on the website. If you're not familiar with what Playable Games is and what they have going on within their ecosystem, then we'll be taking a look at some updates that has came out recently within their ecosystem and take a look at their native token price action, because I actually think that their native token, their bull token, is actually at a pretty good level right now. So we'll be taking a look at it. So Playable Games, what is it? It is a gaming studio building on Avalanche. So if we see here, again, this is kind of their quick website. We've made a lot of more in-depth videos on Playable Games, so you can find that on this channel if you feel free to. But the power of three. So obviously some stuff that they have going on within their ecosystem is they have their nodes, their bull token, and then the games as well. They've been around for quite a bit now, actually. They have their white paper. We will talk about them. What is Playable Games? Why is it? Again, just a quick refresher, the roadmap here. Let's take a look at what they have going on. So, Playable Games, immediately they have their games. They have one game live right now that you can actually play. Their Nexus game, which is actually on the Epic Games store. We can take a look at it over here. So it's a 5v5 shooter. So it's kind of the artwork here. You can kind of see. So people actually are playing the game. It has quite a bit of downloads, actually, as we can take a look at one of the updates. So they've officially hit over 90,000 downloads on the Epic Games store, again, for their Nexus 5v5 MOBA shooter, which is pretty impressive, especially for a free-to-play crypto or Web3 game. Again, pretty impressive there. On their way to 1 million one day, hopefully. And again, so that's just one of their games that they have live here, is their Nexus. Pretty fun, actually, if you see some gameplay on it. It's actually a pretty cool game. They do have their War of Steel, which is kind of like a mech battle royale game. And they have videos on all these as well. We're not going to watch all of them. You can actually get in here and find that out yourselves. Their Dog of War is actually probably one of my favorite ones, just because of the kind of the artwork of it. It's like a PvP game. Again, I just like the artwork kind of that they show off here between it with the kind of the dog, fighters there. But either way, I don't know. It's just I just kind of like it. And then we go Starving Martian, kind of a base building or resource management game here, as you can see some of the screenshots. And then they have their Ordinum game coming out also, which is a trading card game. So you can kind of see that they're touching on a bunch of different, categories to kind of target different player bases. Obviously we see, shooters do usually pretty well, FPSs, or shooters just in general. Trading card games, base resource management games, they all do well. Again, they have their bull token, which is actually, is built on Avalanche subnet technology. So they are going to be having their own Avalanche subnet or their mainnet, and is a core asset of the new Playable Games marketplace. Obviously, it breaks down everything here, what the utility for the bull token is. You can either find it on their website, or you can just pause the screen at any moment, since we'll have it right here in front of you. And then they do have their node sales. So again, if you're a node holder within their ecosystem, you buy a node and it just emits, gives you bull tokens every single day. The current cost is 6,600, so they've gone up quite a bit there. If we look at their team, they do have a doxed team. Again, I believe it's started as a father and son. Some of them, it's just not loading, but it does load typically their images. They have their LinkedIn, so a fully doxed team here, which is what you love to see. Now, some of the updates that have gone on as of recently within the Playables ecosystem, they did get a new exchange listing on February 1st here a couple days ago recently, which was Baguette. So not a tier 1 or I would say maybe a tier 3 exchange listing Baguette. So, but they got a new exchange listing. That's always good to know and always good to hear and see. Just brings, again, another platform of people being able to have their access, availability to their bull token. So, again, new exchange listings Baguette. So, very good to see there. They did put out another tweet. Again, most people do not know this, but Playable Games does have its own blockchain. Again, that bull subnet, that's what it's going to be using for. So, they do have their own mainnet blockchain here. So again, good that they put that out. And a big partnership recently that I want to highlight is that they did partnership with they did partner with Frontier Australia, which is a media agency. It's actually working with pretty big companies such as Activision, Warner Brothers, recently 2K Games. So they're going to be helping Playable grow their game or grow their business to the global stage. So I think it's just a huge partnership, honestly. I think that, again, Playable Games is doing it smart by partnering with a media company, because obviously, if they, not saying that they don't, again, I don't know their whole backgrounds, but if media is not their strongest suit, again, it's a good partnership to have with a company that's proven to work with big companies, again, like Activision Games, Activision Blizzard. So I think it's a good partnership there. Again, as we most of us know in crypto, especially crypto gaming, hype and marketing is everything. Unfortunately, it's the marketing and hype kind of come first, and the quality comes second. It's unfortunate, but it's just how it is. So the fact that they're going to be partnering with a media agency to help kind of promote and market themselves is very bullish in my opinion, no pun intended. Now, that's a quick refresher of what Playable Games is as a platform. If you're not familiar, if I've not seen any of the videos on Playable on this video in the past, again, I recommend that you check some of them out where we go a little bit more in depth on their ecosystem. But Playable Games, they do have, again, their bull token here. Right now, it's sitting just under 20 million in circulating market cap. Now, if you ask me, I think it's at a pretty good level right now. I mean, we saw this thing run up crazy hard from about $2 to $4 million circulating market cap all the way up to a 50 million. If we look up here, 50 million circulating. Obviously, it's came down quite a bit. I mean, just in the last month alone, over 30%. But we saw it do the same thing here similarly, where it got beneath 20 million and got ate up and bounced back, and then 25 million, and it's coming down again a little bit. I think anything in these ranges around 20 million, if you're looking long term, I think is very good accumulation zones. Again, not financial advice. I'm just giving you my opinion and what I would be looking at, especially if you feel that you missed the boat on Playable, if you're waiting for a retracement, or if you don't have any exposure and you're looking to add some to your portfolio. I think these levels are proving to be pretty good accumulation zones. Again, if you're having a long-term mindset, if you believe in what Playable Games is building with their multiple games, with their blockchain, with their nodes, again, all of this kind of reminds me of like a Myria, like a Gala. Just, again, they have very similar things going on within their ecosystem, and they're building on Avalanche, which I think alone has a pretty big narrative yet to really be fully seen in the next cycle. Again, Avalanche I think is going to crush it. I think gaming on Avalanche is going to have its own sub-narrative within crypto gaming and within Avalanche alone. So either way, I think Playable Games is getting pretty cheap right now, getting a little slept on. Again, because it's the same product, if not better, than where it was at the end of 2023, getting above that 50 million circulating market cap. It's just obviously things have retraced quite a bit. And yes, is there room for it to still go further down or further up? Yeah, always. I don't have a crystal ball. But I think if you feel that you missed the boat on Playable Games, you've been waiting for an entry point, this might not be a bad time to have your eyes back on Playable. But either way, guys, I just want to give you some recent updates as a quick recap. Again, their Nexus game, which is live on Epic Games, their 5v5 shooter, got over 90,000 downloads. Again, they partner with a pretty big media company, Frontier Australia. They did just put out a quick little, again, reminder that they have their own blockchain. Some people like to forget that. And that they did get a new listing on Baguette. I believe actually now they're only listed, as far as exchanges go, Mexi and Baguette and Bitmart. And then otherwise it goes decentralized. Obviously Trader Joe, Uniswap, and VaporDex. So again, not a whole lot of exchanges, but that's the point. You want to get these projects before they end up on a KuCoin, or even like a Binance or a Coinbase. Any of those tier 1 or 2 exchanges, or like a Bybit. But either way, that's Playable Games, what they have been going on recently within their ecosystem, where their native token stands, my kind of thoughts on them, and a quick refresher if you forgot about them, or if you are not exposed or didn't know if they exist. There you go. And again, we've made plenty of other in-depth videos on Playable Games on this channel. Go back through, find them. They're there, and let me know if you are involved in this ecosystem, if you own a node, if you played any of their games, like Nexus, or where you just see Playable Games going in the next cycle. Let me know. I'd love to talk to you guys, and I try to answer all your comments. And if you guys found value out of this video, if you guys can like, comment, subscribe, and share the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, see you guys.